Hello, and welcome to this evening's Sherman Griffin event. My name is Heinzel Kunzman. I am the Executive Director for the Sherman Griffin Project. The Sherman Griffin Project is a proposed project to take an abandoned building located at 3825 West Center Street in Sherman Park. We want to take the building, this abandoned building, and convert it into a cafe on the first floor run by the Belton family. And on the second floor, we would have a music school. The music school would be a 501c3 organization. And we would also have a jazz performance venue component to the facility. We are partnering with the Wisconsin Preservation Fund, who will be assisting with funding for this project. And we are looking at a variety of ways to facilitate funding for the project, one of which is crowdfunding. And that is where your assistance could be very valuable. We have a $100,000 crowdfunding goal, and at the moment we haven't quite gotten to $4,000 yet. So I would like to encourage all of you to visit our website, theshermangriffin.org. You can find it in the website in the comment section. You can also Google the Sherman Griffin and it will come up, and learn more about the Sherman Griffin. If this is a project that you feel you would like to contribute to, please consider a donation of any amount that you're capable of. You can make small donations through PayPal. We have a PayPal button on our homepage, and you can also see our PayPal account handle at the bottom of the screen going across the ticker. It is the Sherman Griffin. Donations that are made Monday through Thursday go towards the construction of the project or the renovations. And any donation that's made Friday through Sunday go towards events such as the ones that we're holding this evening. Most of the events that we're holding are going to be jazz music performances, but we will also have poetry reciting as well as comedy, stand-up comedy. If you would like to make a donation greater than $250, I strongly encourage you, instead of using PayPal, to contact me directly. My contact information can be found on the Sherman Griffin website. I will also put it in the comment section after the musician begins performing. When you contact me, I will give you my home address, and you can mail me your donation. And I will respond by furnishing you a letter of receipt, which includes the music school's EIN number. And then you can use that donation to write off on your taxes. So these donations are tax deductible. I hope that you can help me spread the word so that we can pick up with our donations in the future. I would like to thank the donation we received this last week. A private donation was from Ann Davis. So thank you for your donation this last week. And let's see, anything else we need to share here about the Sherman Griffin? I think besides the usual spiel that I do to introduce our program on these every 2 Saturdays, I think I'd like to introduce a little bit about the Sherman Griffin project, like questions that do come up. For example, when I'm talking with people about this project, I usually use the pronoun we, and people ask, well, who is we? It seems like it's you, Heinzel, right? So there are actually a lot of people involved with this project. And when I'm thinking we, first of all, we do have a board for the music school because it is a 501c3 organization. On our board, we have 3 members of the Belton family, including Sam Belton himself, also his wife, Lazani Belton, and their older daughter, Tammy Belton, are on our board. We also have Kenneth Lydell, a gentleman from the Holy Cathedral Church in Sherman Park, who is the organist there. And our board president is Demetrius Foster. So I do think about these people when I say we. These are all people that are from the Sherman Park community, and I couldn't be more proud to have them assisting me with this project. There's also Alderman Russell Stamper, who has been a very supportive figure of this project, and I greatly appreciate his support. There's also Leo Reese from the Wisconsin Preservation Fund, who wanted to partner with us to assist with funding for this project. And his experience with helping the Sherman Phoenix get established is a precedent that we hope to aspire to. That we're very grateful for him to approach us and ask for doing suggest we do this partnership with the Wisconsin Preservation Fund. Also behind the scenes are Sue Ike of the Milwaukee Economic Development Corporation. She has been giving very sound financial guidance as well as structuring for the organization. And I should point out, because I have to point this out very frequently, I am a musician and a music teacher. So this is a very new field for me to be in, but I have very good guidance from some of these people, such as Sue Ike. And this project would not have ever gotten off the ground had it not been for Tracy Luber of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. She saw me pitching this project to Fund Milwaukee. And I think after that pitch, I thought, well, it's great that everybody's excited about this, but it's just an idea, and I'm a musician. But she reached out to me and said this is something to pursue, and she's been there all along, giving extremely instrumental guidance on this project. So when I say we, these are the people I'm mainly thinking of, and I'm sure there are many other people that I'm leaving out, such as the wonderful musicians that have wanted to perform for these events and understand the project and are supportive of it. These performances are very instrumental in helping to develop and let this project continue to grow. So without further ado, I would like to welcome such a musician. And by the way, all the musicians that have been performing and will continue to perform in the future, you can also tip them virtually. Besides making donations to the Sherman Griffin Friday through Sunday, you can also tip them directly so that they can choose how they spend their money. So Mike's his PayPal account is also at the bottom of the ticker. It is at Mike Neumeyer. I always pronounce it Neumeyer because I'm of German descent. So when I see an N-E-U, when I see an E-U, I think oi instead of oo. But it's Mike Neumeyer. And he is a musician, educator, and composer based in Milwaukee. Lately, Mike has been prolifically performing online. He has recently been featured by Marimba One, Modern Marimba, Wisconsin Music Ventures, VibesWorkshop.com, ZIKSA, an art forum, and Desperate Housegeek Magazine. Mike's work, Mikayla, for euphonium and marimba, was released by artist David Abellan Garcia at Banda, Municipal de Musica de Bilbao in Bilbao, Spain. And his work, Emergent, was premiered by Don and DJ Palmire of the U.S. Army Pershing Zone. His new recording, Cloud 9, recently came out in 2019 with a new album, Marimba Maverick, which came out in 2020. Mike is on faculty at Milwaukee Area Technical College, teaching music business, film scoring, and percussion. He's the co-caption head with the Oak Creek Marching Knights and works with the Oak Creek Franklin School District as percussion specialist. Mike is a Marimba One Educational Artist and endorses Encore Mallets. So without further ado, we will now welcome Mike Neumeyer.
Thank you so much. I won't even turn my voice mic on. I'm just going to start playing. This is a piece called Electric Blue that now has a new guided meditation video, which is on my YouTube. Please enjoy. Yeah. I know you're cheering at home, but really I want you to calm down. I want you to relax, maybe study. This next one is actually from a video game. So maybe if someone guesses in the comments the name of this game, I would give them a free t-shirt. So enjoy. Thank you very much. I'm gonna take a little drink, and if Heinzel doesn't come back on, I'm gonna play another one.
And I'm back on. Enjoy your drink. And while Mike's drinking, I'm just gonna say that I'm gonna talk with Mike in a little bit, and in about 10 minutes or so, or maybe after his next song, or Mike just a little better this way. So if you have any questions for Mike, you can comment section, and we will. Let's let Mike play one or two more songs.
All right, thank you very much. This time I will make up a song, and let's see where the wind takes us. Relax with me, take breaths, and be in the moment. Enjoy it. Thank you very much. I hope you really enjoyed that. Here's another one. This one I'm going to start with a groove of the piece that Heinzel mentioned called Mikayla. I don't know if I have it in me to play the melody at the same time, but I'm going to do an improvisation on the groove of Mikayla. Boom, Mikayla.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Maybe we can let's see. Let's get rid of this one here. Let's see. Or you want to say okay? Well, that's fine. There we go. All right. Well, this is really great. So like I just want to say that if I was going to introduce Mike, because Mike and I are actually good friends, so you know, I've known Mike for several years, and if I was going to introduce him, I would say his music is extremely relaxing, meditative, and has an incredible groove to it that just makes everybody feel chill. And that's actually how I got to know him. We have a common friend, Adam Booth, but I think Adam said, you got to listen to this guy's music. It's pretty cool. And I did. I listened to it online at a time when I had sciatica. Okay. And if you've ever had sciatica, it's like back pains. And because I'm really tall and I just didn't know much about, you know, how to, my posture and stuff like that. And so I had bad posture and did things that were bad to my back. I couldn't sleep at night because my back hurt so much. So I would get like 2 hours of sleep a night and I would look like a zombie for weeks on end. And Mike's music relaxed me to the point that, and also the chiropractor helped a lot too. But that in combination with Mike's music helped me to sleep at night. And I'm not exaggerating at all. It's very, so if you're feeling tense, anxious, like you just need to relax, you should definitely check out more of Mike's music. And so and we can talk more about how you can check out some of the music. For example, Cloud 9. I think I was listening mainly to Cloud 9, the album you were talking about. Well, I guess I wouldn't have, because I've listened to a lot of Cloud 9, but it would have, because I think I had sciatica like in 2017 is when I got to know you. And Cloud 9, you were saying, came out in 2019. Maybe there was some music on Cloud 9 that I heard that was similar. But what about Cloud 9? How did that album come about? Oh, your mic is off. Oh, you're muted. That's what it is. That mic is, how do we you got to unmute your Instagram mic. Or we could switch over to your other camera view if you want. Do you want to just use your other? Okay, we'll use your other camera view. There we go. Okay, and then we'll take this one out.
Now you can hear me?
Yeah, now the sound quality is good.
All
so,
right.
Cloud 9. How did this album come about?
That one was from YouTube Improvisations. It's funny because it's actually therapeutic for me. You know, I come home after a long day. Cloud 9 was after a little, like a fight with someone, and then I called my brother and he said, you know, you have to rise above it. You have to be the better person, and sometimes you can choose to calm yourself down and be happy. And I was like, oh, choose to be happy. I'm choosing to be on Cloud 9 instead of being mad about the fight. And then I improvised this piece. It's funny how it came from trying to calm down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great answer, right? Sometimes we always look, whenever we're feeling out of sorts, right? We always look to find blame in some other source, something that we actually have no control over, right? Whereas the one thing that we can control is actually ourselves. And if we choose to look at things in a different light, then sometimes we can make ourselves feel better in the process, right?
Yeah. And what you're thinking of, maybe what relaxed you, was my previous album, Comprovisations. I was improvising a lot, but Cloud 9 maybe was my entrance into using improvisation to relax, and then that became a whole album. All those YouTube improvisations, I had them mastered, and then we put them out as an album.
Wow, sweet. That sounds really cool. And so, and what type of, because I know musicians listen into this sometimes too, what type of recording platform were you using for that?
What's really cool about that one is it was with a phone and a camcorder.
That is cool. It wasn't Reaper or GarageBand or anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Since they were YouTube videos, I would set up 2 camera views, not recording the audio into a DAW, and then I would just use that audio within some camera, like Final Cut Pro maybe. You can do a little bit of editing in the audio, and that's what I did. But then when I sent it out to get mastered, you know, I said, treat this like a 1960s recording that we're trying to salvage. You know what I mean? Because I knew it was from a phone, but the iPhone can get impressive audio.
Yeah, Mac products. Well, I don't know if we should be doing an advertisement for them, but yeah, they're pretty good. But along the lines of what musicians are thinking about these days, one obvious thing is COVID. So it's always nice to see what other musicians had been doing during the pandemic, and how they survived, if they survived, and how their future direction has evolved differently, or if it hasn't changed at all. So you worked on Maverick, it sounds like Marimba Maverick.
Well, Marimba Maverick was recorded before COVID started. It was actually recorded in 2019. And then I was waiting to release that. And then once COVID happened, I put it off until fall of 2020. And then I just did a bunch of virtual advertisement for that. So believe it or not, that was completely done and recorded in my basement with a sound engineer who brought some really fancy microphones into my basement.
Wow, cool. Can you drop the name, the sound engineer?
That is, yeah, I'm forgetting it on the spot.
That's okay.
It's been a little bit a while.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still pretty cool.
Bill Miller.
Bill Miller. Okay. I mean, it is really cool what people can do in their own homes nowadays. I mean, there are people my age that are still asking about, what recording studio you can go to and stuff. And then I'm not trying to take away, because there's some really impressive recording studios in Milwaukee with people that know what they're doing. But you can, if you have if you're a kind of a progressive person, kind of tech savvy, there is some really cool stuff you can do on your own.
Yeah.
With all the technology that's out there nowadays.
I'll segue almost, because COVID, what you were talking about did happen to me. I started recording a bunch at home. I invested in microphones. I made those little tweaks to make it a little bit better. And then I did show Bill. And I was like, hey, what do you think of this? And he's like, gave me some tips. And then he said, the recording studio is kind of a different thing nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can build at home, and then once you're ready, you can take that in and get a really polished recording in a studio. Yeah. And the other thing is, do you want to press record or not? Sometimes it's so nice to go into a studio and not be the person pressing record or nothing.
That's great. It's kind of like practicing, right? Like you can practice, get good at understanding all the things that go into recording, so that when you go into a recording studio, you're ready. You know what's going on, and then you've hired somebody to do the behind the scenes recording for you, so you can just focus on what you're good at, which is music.
You don't have to set up microphones, for instance. It's
yeah, totally. Hey, that's this. Okay, so we can't talk forever because we got to make music. And we haven't talked about this a lot, so this will be fun. This is a fun question for me. What your sources of inspiration are for making your music, because you do a lot of composition. I guess I should say that I can kind of tell from hearing your music what your sources, but it'd be interesting to hear directly from you in words what your sources of inspiration for your compositions are.
Well, over the years, I've practiced a lot of the marimba permutations and patterns. And that mixed along with what I've transcribed over the years, which is a lot of video game stuff. Right when I was studying in college, I took a marimba home. No, that was before I got a marimba, but I had a keyboard with MIDI. And then I transcribed Mario Brothers and wrote it out for percussion ensemble. And then I wrote a piece that summer too. And so it was like both happening at the same time. And so nowadays, I tend to play what I've practiced, which is a ton of that pentatonic stuff and a lot of 1, 4, 5 progressions. And, I get into the secondary dominance here and there. And so my inspiration might be the marimba repertoire mixed with the video game stuff. Mm-hmm. And kind of mixed with my own urge to write stuff, because that started right away that summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The video games, that's pretty clear.
Yeah, it's always like, it's happy music, but also that thing I played tonight, which I won't say in case someone wants to win the T-shirt. That is a really relaxing song. I played it at a Vibes workshop you mentioned, and they were like, wow, that's from a video game? So you have like happiness, but also maybe like calming. It's like if you're on the space level or if you're the underwater level, they make it calming.
Yeah, great. Okay, and then real quick, I other places people can find your music. I put in the comments section your YouTube channel. And then I'm going to look for your Facebook account and put that in the comment section too. Besides those two, any other places people can go find your music?
Yeah, once I play again, you'll see my Instagram is up on the video, and it says IG, and that's at New Music. And I'd say Instagram, Facebook, YouTube are the main platforms. A little bit of Twitter. So I'm really, and MikeNeumeyer.com is my website.
Great. Yeah, and I know Mike is more into the recording aspect, but if you know, this is also getting streamed live, so it is a type of live performance. And if you are the person tuning in that does go to live performances or jazz venues around Milwaukee, you do know that you usually have to pay like a $5 cover charge if you're going to Caroline's, Jazz Estate, anywhere between $5 and I think there was one time I saw a $20 door fee. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but definitely 15 I saw once. And so if you think about that, this is like a free event that you can be streaming to the TV in your living room while you're chatting with friends if you're quarantining, or if you're just doing house chores around, you can be streaming around in your house and listening to. But just, you know, so think of it as you've invited a musician over to your home, which is you don't even have to go out. So if you would have normally paid a $5 cover charge to go to a venue, maybe consider paying a $5 virtual tip to Mike at his PayPal account, which is streaming across the bottom of the screen. Again, I encourage you to take a look at the Sherman Griffin website so you can understand more about the project. The website is in the comments section. You can also Google the Sherman Griffin and it'll come up. We need as much financial support as we can get for that project as well. So. Any last words before you go on with the second half of your set here?
No, yes, I would really advocate for the Sherman Griffin. And if you're thinking about whether to tip me or donate, go ahead and donate. I'm totally behind this project, and I'm really excited to see what the future brings.
Thanks, Mike. I'll let you carry on.
Very cool. Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when.
Can I just say real quick that we did not plan that. That was really cool. and you did. I'll get out of your way again. I thought I'd say that.
No problem. I had a little bit of a problem figuring out the bluesy part, so I just kind of did whatever happened. Thanks a lot. All right, this one I did plan. Let's see how it goes. Go ahead and guess in the comments. I'll give you a sticker.
A lot of little inside jokes in there. So if you get it, you get it. There's that new saying, right? If you know, you know. I can play another one, Heinzel. Just let me know if I.
Yeah. We got like another 10 minutes worth of music here. Keep
All
it
right.
going.
Wonderful. I'll play another improvisation. Let me just take a second. Really exciting view from the back, but let's see how this works.
While Mike's getting set up, maybe I'll just jump in here real quick to give people an idea of what's coming up. Next week, April 17th, we're going to continue with these performances. Normally we do 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, but then for this month, we're going to have one right away next week. We have a very young man named Quentin Wormley, who is a student of Milwaukee High School of the Arts, very talented piano player. We're going to try to set him up outside for a live stream. This will be our first outdoor performance, and if it goes well, we might end up having live audiences at these performances in the future. Of course, we'll have to hope that the weather's good and it can stay light long enough, which is another maybe a segue to how we'll maybe try to move these performances earlier to 5:30 so that musicians can double up on their gigs on Saturday evenings. But that's a message I'll send out later, probably tomorrow or so. Mike, you ready to go?
I was playing, dude. So now I'll start a different one. All right, all good? Okay.
Yeah, that's really great. Can you give us an encore?
Of course.
All right. Yeah, outstanding, outstanding. Yeah, let's see, let's get rid of this one here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for playing, Mike. Mike, I gotta say, I did get some text messages. You know, some people maybe they can't find the comment section with the StreamYard, or they just don't want to be revealed or something like that. But I know Gary, he won't mind me saying that. He texted me and said he's watching, and he says you're terrific, and you know that's how you and I connected. You are terrific. Your playing is spontaneous. It's very chill, and that's what we need. If we can get more people to just chill, this world is going to be a better place. Thank you so much for sharing your talents with everybody. And then Gary texted me just now, reminds me that I need to also say a special thank you to a group of people I call the friends of the Sherman Griffin, and these are friends. And you know, sometimes there's a misunderstanding. People think, well, these are my friends, my $1 million friends, and you know they're funding this whole project. And no, that's a misunderstanding. These are just people that they think this project is a very cool idea, and if they're able to contribute a little bit here and a little bit there, make some small donation, they do, and then they tune in and just enjoy the performance. And I call this group of people the friends of the Sherman Griffin. Gary Kavalar is in this category. Mark Eskrit. You know, sometimes they just want to contribute their skill set or their efforts, and that's needed too. Right now, we need people to spread the word. We need people to. We're going to need students. So if you know people from the Sherman Park area that are looking for lessons, that's what we're there for. That's our purpose, is to provide music lessons, and also a place for people to gather. So just spreading the word is already a contribution to this. I'm not going to leave other people's names. There's Matthias Jonas, also a friend of the Sherman Griffin, and John Illica from Racine. We have people outside Milwaukee that want to see this project succeed. And also Hannah and Dan Brune up in Milwaukee County. So there are people all around that want to see him. So we need more people like this too to join our friends of the Sherman Griffin group that want to see this project succeed. So thank you to all those people. And then just usually I sign off with upcoming events. So before I do that, Mike, do you have any last things that you want to say?
Well, that last piece was from that was Give Me 5 off of my latest album, Marimba Maverick. Keep a lookout for my newest album, and stay safe and treat everybody like you would want yourself treated. And I think we can get into that more positive mindset, like Heinzel was saying, more chill. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. I hope you have a really good night. Thank you very much. And so I'll just sign off by saying upcoming events. I already mentioned Quentin Wormley coming up next Saturday. That week, that performance is scheduled for 7 o'clock right now, but there is the thought that we could move these events to 5:30 to have these performances outdoors, and then people can go on and enjoy a late evening performance, and musicians can double up in their gigs too, which is good for musicians. So Quentin Wormley is next Saturday. Currently at 7 o'clock. In May, then we have May performances, and we are going to start having 3 performances per month. Hopefully, there's room to have 8 at some point. If we can keep the donations coming in, we will have 8 performances. Right now, we're going to be up to 3, so we're increasing the number by 1. We have our first comedian performance, our first stand-up comedian, local comedian Tom Johnson. He's really funny, really funny. Oh man, I've seen him twice, prior to COVID, and people in Milwaukee will like him. There's a lot of local Milwaukee jokes, just kind of like ironic stuff. I'm sure people like him, and that will also be our first performance that we hope to have a live audience for. Comedians need to have an audience because they need to hear that laughter to feel the love, and so we're going to try to get a live audience for him. And he's on the 8th of May, May 8th. And then we will have the Devin Dropka trio, fantastic percussionist, also interested in possibly teaching through the Sherman Griffin. He and his trio are going to perform finally. We had to postpone his event. That's why Mike stepped in tonight. Thank you, Mike, for doing that on the spot. And the third event is going to be some Latin jazz. We will get the names and headshots and a formal introduction soon. We are getting on top of stuff. We're going to start to have our list of events. Hopefully, we can see them 2 months into the future coming up. So that's what we got coming up on our events calendar. Please check out the Sherman Griffin website for more information. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a very wonderful night.